that criminal charges will be contemplated. However, later this was then put as follows, that a complaint will be contemplated against the compiler of the affidavit. Now, my lord, we submit that this is a very serious allegation that must be investigated. If there's a suggestion, as counsel put it, that there was impropriety on the part of Lieutenant Colonel Steyn, we submit, my lord, that it is incumbent upon the state to put those allegations to Colonel Steyn, and he be given the opportunity to comment on those allegations. And, my lord, this is the reason why this application is being brought, in order for Lieutenant Colonel Steyn to come and clarify the nature of these two calls that accused number 5 is said to have made to Ms. Kelly Khumalo. In other ways, as to whether they were made using data or internet connection, or whether they form part of incoming and outgoing call data, which Ms. Fathillingham referred to as AMA data in paragraph 1.6. My lord, you mentioned that the role of Lieutenant Colonel Steyn as an analyst might have been misconceived. He testified as follows in cross-examination by Advocate Mshololo on the question as to how he established that the various numbers that he mentioned in his affidavit as being associated with accused number 5. And this we see on the record of the 1st of August 2023, page 6, lines 16 to 20. He testified as follows, and we quote his evidence. That is correct, but also, I can also mention, after I receive the information from Brigadier Gininda, I throw it into the AMB notebook database, and then the linkages come with the section 205s and the cell phone downloads. And in a question asked in clarification by the court about his role as an analyst, he then put it clearer as follows, and this appears on record of the 1st of August 2023, page 11, lines 10 to 16. The court asked the question, that was during the cross-examination by Advocate Mshololo. Because, like he says, when I understood him to say that the investigation is ongoing, and giving him as an analyst, or given that he's an analyst, some of the downloads, even the section 205, and he uses that information to try and identify the persons who are associated with the numbers, which they found from the downloads. The court asked Colonel Steyn, am I correct? And Colonel Steyn answered, that is correct. And my lord, that is the nub of his duties. He's an analyst. He's giving information emanating from section 205, and Ms. Fathillingham explained the process that they generate the information in PDF format, but when it's given to the technical support unit of the police, they're able to convert that to Excel spreadsheet in order to do the analysis. In paragraph 1.8, we therefore, my lord, respectfully submit that the state ought to be allowed to recall Lieutenant Colonel Steyn to clarify the issue of the two calls, to clarify whether the source of information of the two calls is cell phone downloads or section 205, and also to clarify the information that appear on pages 26 and 27 of his affidavit, and the use of terminology such as MTC and MOC in his affidavit. which, as we have seen, my lord, the terms are used in the section 205 data. Paragraph 1.9. Now, when the state re-examined Lieutenant Colonel Steyn, also during the proceedings of the 1st of August 2023, at pages 14 to 15, in re-examination, the state posed the following question, and we quote, "You were asked by Advocate Mshololo as to how you established that number, which ends with 202, and the complete number is 073-305-9202, made contact with the number belonging to Ms. Kelly Khumalo, ending with the number 4358. You testify that you used the information derived from the investigating team, as well as your own searches. Can you just clarify the court as to what those searches entailed?" Then Colonel Steyn answered as follows. "I took the SAP, the section 205. I can show that to the court. This is the way we receive it from the service provider, and we throw all this information in a central database, and then on my AMB notebook program, I can go for a search. Then I put it in the number which I received from the investigating team. I can put in any number. Then the program will pick up the number and point it out to me. Just for the purpose of the court, here I highlight that one extraction of my statement. There is a number mentioned. You can actually see just the number before this one. She did make contact with SENZO. And even if you go a few up, you will see she did speak to Zandile as well. So it is definitely her phone number, which she used to contact her friends. And that concludes that portion of his evidence. In paragraph 1.10, we submit, my lord, that it is essential that Lieutenant Colonel Steyn be recalled in order to clarify these aspects so that the truth can be determined, and thereby enabling the court to arrive at a just decision on the case. And we submit, my lord, that there might be fail of justice if such explanation it's not considered. And in paragraph 1.12, my lord, we mentioned that this evidence, it's not about being favorable to the state or the defense, but about the truth being determined in order for the court to arrive at a just decision on the case. The court has been at pains to explain the duties of the state, the duties of a prosecutor, namely to put all relevant evidence before the court that will enable the court to come to a just decision on the matter, and not only incriminating evidence, but all evidence, my lord, that will assist the court in arriving at a just decision. And, my lord, it pains the state if there's a suggestion that we would have put evidence that is improper before the court. And it is for this reason, my lord, that we want to put the matter beyond doubt. If the explanation is in favor of the accused, by all means. But the state, my lord, would like to the correct interpretation of his evidence to be put on record. Paragraph 1.3, we mentioned that the explanation by Lieutenant Colonel Steyn might foreclose the request of accused number 3 or the instruction to his counsel that charges or a complaint be laid against the compiler of the information, and that we submit, my lord, will save the scarce state resources. In paragraph 1.14, we mention, my lord, that the factual metrics of this case will assist in determining the existence of any motive should this become necessary for the commission of the crimes in question. Hence, it's important that the issue of the calls be resolved. paragraph 1.15, we have tried, my lord, to look at the relevant authorities or the relevant procedures in the Criminal Procedure Act regarding the recalling of a witness. Looking at some other jurisdictions, especially in the UK.
Not Baloyi looking at other jurisdictions to aid him in this plot, okay, to bring back Steyn, okay. Steyn's affidavit is stained, okay. There is nothing that can be done. The defense has laid the cards down. It is a solid no from Umshololo. It is a solid no from Umnisi. And oh my goodness, next up is who? NXUMALO. Ngomezulu and who and Ramasipili are sitting this one out, but I had to start with what Baloyi said. Okay, that completely triggered Mnisi, NXUMALO, and Umshololo because the house was on fire today. Okay, the courtroom was on fire. Judge Rata descended into the arena several times during Umshololo's cross, and Umshololo said, "Not today." Okay, are you the judge or not? What did Nisi do? Nisi defined the roles of the judge, which led the judge to sit down and be quiet. And Nisi emphasized and said, well, if this isn't followed, then it would be a gross injustice. And we all know Judge Rata Van Taven, 50 years experience, does not want to be misquoted. So he sat quietly the rest of the day. But did you see what Baloyi did? Baloyi went to other jurisdictions to find the quotable quotes, okay, to find references to cases that might have recalled a witness. But hello, has never happened before right here in Mzansi. That is the state of affairs right now, but it is not working. Okay, I had to mute the rest of the cases he was talking about because to me it was all a bunch of, what does Mnisi call it? Hogwash. It was a bunch of blah, 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 bloody blah. Okay, it was the day that the Lord has made. Baloy seems so nervous. Are you guys picking up on that? He seems extremely nervous. And cameraman, why aren't you showing us Sibanda? Okay, we need to see how he's performing over there. We need to resuscitate, perform CPR. How is the state doing? My goodness. But you know what? I digress. I want us to jump straight into NXUMALO, who starts off with, listen, Judge Rota, you wouldn't give me time to prepare, so let me make sure this goes on record. It is the defense's right. No, it is the accused's right to be able to be given time to prepare. I love that speech. And you know what? I don't want to misquote him. As we saw with Umnisi, guys, my words are even chewing. But let me know if you hear me perfectly well with this mic. I've changed a few settings. Hopefully this works out. At the end of this, I'm going to turn off the mic and you're going to let me know mic on or mic off, which you prefer. So type 1 for mic on and 2 for mic off, okay? But as Umnisi said, if you're going to quote me, you better quote me right. And I don't want to misquote NXUMALO. Let's go ahead and listen to NXUMALO perform the best that he can, given the circumstances. He was even denied that, listen, Judge Rata, there's 5 minutes to lunch. Let us go for lunch. And Judge Rata says, absolutely not. And this is me here, mic off. So let me know 1 for mic on or 2 for mic off. This is mic off. Let's go.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. NXUMALO.
I'm not sure whether should I proceed in the 5 minutes that I'm having before lunch.
Yeah, proceed, please. Can you finish at half-past?
Half-past.
Well, how long do you think you're going to take?
I'm just thinking whether, since Advocate Mshololo still has to...
Let's not talk about something else.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Well, okay, let's start.
My Lord, firstly, I must state that I'll be making my submissions from the bar. I did not get an opportunity to prepare my heads of arguments.
No, fine.
And secondly, my Lord, I wish the court to take into account that the state has referred in its heads of arguments to relevant portion of the transcribed records. I did not visit the portions of the transcribed records due to the limited time, as well as to go through the decided cases referred thereto. My Lord, this is the state is bringing this application to recall Lieutenant Colonel Steyn. His evidence in chief and cross-examination have already been concluded on the 1st of August 2023. The state, my Lord, says that the two reasons that they are intending to recall Lieutenant Colonel Steyn is to clarify the two aspects which appear on pages 23, 26, and 27 of his affidavit, which is Exhibit 01, and paragraph 9 of Ms. Withilingam's affidavit dated the 16th of May 2024, which is Exhibit JJ1. From the beginning, I think it is important, my Lord, to mention that there is no reason for the state to recall Lieutenant Colonel Steyn. The issues that the state wished to clarify, they can be canvassed during the arguments by the state and the defense at the closure of this case, and for the court to rule or adjudicate on such issues. I must further mention, my Lord, that there is no provisions in the CPA, that is the Criminal Procedure Act, which sends us this procedure that the state wished to embark on. In his affidavit, Lieutenant Colonel Steyn, his affidavit dated the 9th of April 2020, he states the following, and I quote: "On the 9th of April 2020, at about 10, I received a CD, Section 205 and cell phone downloads from the investigation officer Brigadier Gininda with information about the following targets." And then he went on to mention the targets that he was focusing on. The focus point, my Lord, what is relevant for this application according to the state is the transactions of the 2nd of August 2014 at 22 hours 40 minutes 47 seconds, and on the 15th of October 2014 at 1700 hours 33 minutes 57 seconds. At page 23 of Colonel Steyn, he says the following: and I quote, "The links from Kelly Kumalo 278270444358 from 277330599202 Fisobuhlenduli at Nkani 5 in brackets." There's a table there which details the two transactions. But what is of importance and of sharp focus in this application is the other party, which is different from the other party that Ms. Withilingam told this court about. Colonel Steyn says the other party's number is the number 27733059202, which the number he attributes to accused number 5, which made a call to the number ending 358, the number which is attributable to Ms. Kelly Kumar. The very same number ending 202 made two transactions on two different dates, which is the 2nd of August 2014 and the 15th of October 2014. By this, the suggestion that has been made by the state for everyone to see is that accused number 5 and Ms. Kelly Kumalo are the masterminders who were masterminding the commission of this offense. To an extent that accused number 5, Mr. Nduli, he procured the services of the other accused in the commission of the murder. What then brings this into sharp focus, my Lord, is the affidavit of Ms. Pinky Withilingam, which came up with a totally different picture about the other party that I've referred to earlier. The other party which is contained in the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Steyn. Maybe to stretch this again, my Lord, I wish to refer the court to page 34 of the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Steyn. Lieutenant Colonel Steyn, my Lord, attributes in the layman's term the number 278345713330. That is the number which made a call to Ms. Kelly Khumalo on the 2nd of August 2014 as at 2200 hours 40 minutes 47 seconds as the number belonging to or attributable to Mr. Arthur Mofokate. So in layman's term or in simple terms, it means that on the 2nd of August 2014 at 2200 hours 40 minutes 47 seconds, Mr. Mofokate made a call to Ms. Kelly Khumalo and not accused number 5 as it was detailed in the affidavit of Lieutenant Colonel Steyn. On the 15th of October 2014 at 1700 hours 33 minutes 57 seconds, Ms. Pink E. Battlingham considered that the number 27714379551, that was the number which belonged to the deceased, which made a call to Ms. Kelly Khumalo on the 15th of October 2014. As I've indicated, my lord, that the two transactions are what brings this application into sharp focus. And it raises an attempt by the state to bring the administration of justice into disrepute, in the sense that the evidence is on record. There is no need for the state to recall Colonel Steyn. The state and the defense can argue on these issues and for the court to adjudicate on in its own judgment at the end or at the closure of the case for the state and the defense. I also wish to re-emphasize the submission which had been made by my colleague, Advocate Mnisi, that from the beginning, when the indictment was drafted, the state was supposed to be in possession of all the documents, that is the Section 205 records, in order for the state to make an informed decision. Other than when we are faced with this situation, a witness has to be recalled in order to testify. That is the danger, my lord, of the piecemeal approach in the presentation of the state case and in the manner in which the state has provided the further particulars, day in, day out, further particulars being provided to the defense. The provisions of Section 35, subsection 3 of the Constitution. One is attempted to mention the provisions of Section 35(3), subsection small letter b in bracket and I in bracket of the Constitution, which provides the following, and I quote: "Every accused person has a right to a fair trial, which includes the right, small letter b in bracket, to have adequate time and facilities to prepare for a defense, small letter I in bracket, to adduce and challenge evidence." Sorry, my lord, may I just go through the provisions of the Constitution verbatim. Small letter I in brackets, that is Section 35, subsection 3, small letter I in bracket. Every accused person has a right to a fair trial, which includes the right to adduce and challenge evidence. The court is well aware, my lord, that we have gone past the stage. The accused have, through their defense counsel, obviously cross-examine the witness, Colonel Steyn, and proffer the defense. I submit, my lord, that when one has to go through the very same exercise of cross-examining the witness, in the instance where the witness had initially been cross-examined by the defense, that will bring the whole exercise into disrepute. It is my submission further, my lord, that the recording of Colonel Steyn will render the whole trial unfair and detrimental to the accused person. The application by the defense, by the state, I submit, it is a devoid application which has no merit. I will then, my lord, go through the the paragraphs of the state's heads of argument with an attempt to reply thereon. In paragraph 1.4 of the state's heads of arguments, towards the last end, it says the following, and I quote, "This is a serious allegation that must be investigated. The allegation ought to be put to Lieutenant Colonel Steyn, and he be given an opportunity to comment," close quotation. In this regard, as I've indicated, my lord, that there is no need for Lieutenant Colonel Steyn to be recalled in this regard, as such issues can be ventilated during the arguments by the state and the defense, and for the court later to adjudicate on. It's page 3 of the state's heads of arguments. I'll quote from the paragraph which reads as follows, and I quote, "You testified that you used the information derived from the investigating team as well as your own searches. Can you just clarify the court as to what those searches entailed?" Mr. Steyn, "I took the SAP, I mean section 205. I can show that to the court. This is the way we receive it from the service provider," close quotation. In this regard, my lord, I must mention that whenever Colonel Steyn was asked about the section 205 records, he will tell or respond in a manner that suggests that he received the section 205 records from the investigation team, and he will not proffer any explanation about how such section 205 records was procured. I must mention in this regard, my lord, that Brigadier Kininda has still to be called to testify in this regard. And he is a person to clarify this. That is the record that Lieutenant Colonel Steyn worked on the 9th of April 2020. As he says, he received the section 205 records from the investigation officer, Brigadier Kininda. It is my submission, my lord, that the application by the state is devoid of any substance, and it tends to be dismissed. That is all, my lord. Thank you.
Okay, what's your time then?
You know what? NXUMALO kept it short and sweet and straight to the point. Keep in mind, he's one of those that had said that, hey, I need to prepare for this overnight. And Judge Rutter said, not on my watch. Look at me. I prepared all of last week. Why didn't you guys do that? Why didn't you guys anticipate this? They were expected to prepare by anticipation, okay, by osmosis, okay, by pollination, anything but the actual application from Baloyi, which he conveniently, okay, Baloyi had an entire week to prepare his application, okay, without being disturbed or fear of persecution. And the defense has what? An hour to prepare. So you know what? Standing ovation to the defense. I'm clapping hands for you, okay? And this is our moment to clap for you. Let me insert the clapping sound right here. And you know what else we need to do? We also need to acknowledge the fact that NXUMALO felt a little bit uneasy, but I'm here to say he put his point across really, really well. You can even see on his paperwork there that there's a lot of scribbling that he did. Like reading your handwriting without having a chance to correct yourself is not easy. He did the things, okay? So one thing that stands out to me, and now I have homework, is that he said Steyn made it very, very clear every time, okay, when they were cross-examining him, that he got this from the 205s. So if he said he got it from the 205s, he got it from the 205s. Why do we need to recall him to clarify anything? He had that opportunity when he was under oath, and everybody here, okay, is an officer of the court. They understand, okay, saying anything under oath will be held against you. And it is time for, okay, Steyn to sing, okay? Nisi, you cannot be saying we're still thinking about our next step. No, go ahead. You go ahead and file that complaint on him, okay? And let another court deal with him and what needs to be done, because Baloyi is here, is fighting for his life, okay? Did anybody else notice Judge Rutter scratching his head? Woo! It's Guningi, okay? It is 4:10 over here. We do not see Sibanda at all. We do not see him kakazelaring because he's seated, okay? He is on pause. He's on timeout. You put us in this mess. Why didn't you tell me, says Baloyi, that there was such a situation in the affidavits? You were supposed to bring this to my urgent attention and I would have confessed it to my Lord and we wouldn't be 6 feet under, as Mnisi has put us. But, well done. Well done to the defense. Well done to the defense. Now, I'm going to keep this short. I don't want to make it another long video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching from outside the club. Make sure you hit a subscribe because I absolutely deserve it. I have dropped so many videos for you today. Let me know if this is good for you, okay? If you've made it this far in the video, you already know you have my heart. If you've watched the videos without skipping them, the ads, I want to say thank you so much. You're keeping the lights on and you never been okay? You're keeping the lights on and I absolutely love it. Of course, like the videos, guys. I see the comments. But before you comment, just hit a like. It's just one step. Tap. Just tap it there, like, and then go right into the comments. I'll meet you in the comment section. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about NXUMALO. Okay? That's it from me. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe because that's what keeps me going. Thanks for watching.